Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to a recording of January's Flow. You're getting a little insight into what we're going to be doing in our classes throughout January. So we're very much going to be working on our stability, our core. So we're going to get started in child's pose. It's actually not as warm here in Portugal as you might think, so a bit chilly. But we'll start in child's pose. Start to walk your hands out, big toes coming to touch, knees can be nice and wide, walking your hands out in front of you. Perhaps taking a little sway from side to side, feeling into the hip space. Then to bring some movement in here. And we'll come to find our breath. Taking a big inhale and a nice long exhale. Hands can either be stretched out wide on the mat, planting your hands down, or coming up to your fingertips to find a bit more space in the shoulders. Taking another big inhale, filling up through the lungs, through the belly. And then exhaling, letting it all go. On your next inhale, we'll start to walk our fingertips over to the left-hand side, stretching out through the right side of the body. Draw your right shoulder down towards the mat to deepen the stretch. Forehead can come to mat or to a block. 2 more breaths here. With every exhale, seeing if you can soften deeper into the stretch. On your next breath in, we'll return to center. Pause here for a moment as you exhale. And then another breath in, we start to walk our hands over to the right-hand side, stretching out through the left side body now. Drawing the left shoulder down in towards the mat to deepen the stretch. Maybe your exhale takes your fingertips over a little bit further. 2 more breaths here on this side. Inhaling. And exhale. Final breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to walk back to center. Exhale it out. And then we'll start to roll up to find our tabletop position. Drawing in through the belly, so our belly button is pressing to the back of our spine. We're grounding down through the mat, spreading your fingers nice and widely. Taking a little arch through the shoulder blades as you push the ground away, activating. And our shoulders are stacked nicely on top of our wrists. Take a breath in, and then we start to move through our cat-cows. Exhaling as you roll through to find your cat. Inhale, gaze comes up, belly drops. Exhale to roll through. One more here. Inhale to come up. And then exhale to let it go through. Lovely. We're going to drop back. Find your child's pose just for a moment. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll forward through your cat to drop down and find your low cobra. Inhale to come up. Exhale to push back. So we're taking some little rolls here. Inhale, we roll forwards. Exhale to drop down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, push back. So some spinal rolls, but really starting to engage through the core. Starting to activate through the mid-body. Take 2 more rolls in your own time and in your own breath. Inhale, rolling forwards. Exhale to drop down. Coming up. As you inhale, exhale, come back. Lovely. Roll back, finding tabletop this time. We're going to take a little bit of a wrist warm up. So taking your fingertips to the outside of the mat. So you're turning your wrists out. And then start to move through your cat-cows here, but perhaps bring a bit more movement from side to side, forwards and backwards. So you can start to feel this into your wrist. Staying with your breath. Maybe your cat-cows turn into some little circles. Really mobilizing the spine, but at the same time, warming up those wrists. We perhaps don't pay enough attention to them at the beginning of our classes when we're going to move through a lot of chaturangas and high planks, downward facing dogs. If you've taken circles, make sure you go the other way. Two more breaths here. Starting to warm up now. Making this your final breath whilst I delayer. And then when you're ready, returning to find your tabletop position, nicely stacked. I'm gonna, on your inhale, take your right leg back behind you. Exhale to reach it long. And then inhale, tap elbow to knee, knee to elbow, sorry. Exhale long. Inhale to come forwards, tap. Exhale to kick long. One more, inhale, forwards. Exhale to kick long. And then taking your left hand out in front of you, we're going to take some elbow to knees, rolling through, engaging through the core, reaching long. Inhale to come through. Exhale, reach long. Inhale to come through. Exhale to reach long. Keep your right leg extended. Place your left hand back. Then you're going to turn your base leg, your left leg. Take your foot out slightly so we come to a supported side plank here. Holding, engaging through the core. Really reach your foot away from your body, pressing the wall behind you. And then take a breath in. I'm going to take some movement here, elbow to knee on the side. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to reach long. One more time. Take the tap. Reaching long. Lovely. Coming back down, place the hand back onto the mat. And then replant down your right knee. Take a couple of cat-cows here, rolling through the spine. Lovely. And then we'll set up ready to go onto the other side. So left leg extends back behind you, drawing the left hip down towards the mat as you engage through the glutes. Then bending the knee, take your left knee to your left elbow to tap for 1. Extend. Inhale to tap for 2. Extend as you exhale. Inhale to tap for 3. Exhale as you extend. Take your right hand out in front of you. Take a moment to find that balance, drawing the belly button in to the back of the spine. A breath in, and then elbow to knee. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Lovely. Planting the right hand back down. We start to open out to find our supported side plank. So your right foot turns out onto the mat slightly to support and anchor you down. Left hand reaches up, finding our supported side plank. Take a breath in, then we'll take those taps. Exhale to tap. Inhale, reach long. Exhale to tap. Inhale, reach long. Final one. Exhale to tap. Inhale, reach long. Returning back to the mat. And then we can tuck our toes under, find a downward facing dog. So hips rise out to the ceiling. Take a few moments to paddle out the feet. Finding space across the shoulder blades as we wrap our upper arm bones in towards the body. Lovely. Warming up here. A few more paddles. And then from here, we're going to move into our high plank rolls. So on your inhale, coming up to the balls of your feet onto your toes, pressing through the shoulder blades, we roll forwards, find our high plank. When we arrive, as we exhale, bending through the knees, start to push back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forwards. Exhale, pushing back. If this is too much early on, you can drop your knees down to a full child's pose as you come back. And then push your hips back up. Let's take one more together. Inhale to roll forwards. Exhale to push back. Lovely. Taking some tiny little baby steps to walk our feet up to our hands at the top of the mat. When we arrive to find ragdoll. Hanging out here in our ragdoll, take hold of opposite elbows. Grounding down through the feet about hip width apart. Perhaps a nod and a shake of the head. And then releasing your elbows out, we'll start to rise up nice and gradually, allowing your head and neck to stay heavy. As you arrive, roll your shoulder blades back and down your spine. Take a moment, take a little wiggle out. Lovely. Inhale, fingertips rise to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, take your left hand to your right wrist. We take a little side bend to the left-hand side, opening up through the right side of the body. Inhale back to center, swap your hands over, then exhale, stretch to the right, stretching out the left side of the body. Lovely. Back to center on your inhale, swap it over on your exhale, stretching the right side of the body as we reach over to the left. Inhale back to center, swap it over, exhale, stretch the left side of the body. Lovely. Back to center. Take a breath in, exhale, release your hands down to your heart center. Again, take a little roll of the shoulder. Lovely. Inhale, fingertips rise, gaze follows. Exhale to fold. Inhale for your halfway lift, flat back. Really engage through the core, find that flat back. Exhale, release down. Just some little baby rolls here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. One more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down, plant your hands, step your right foot back, followed by your left, high plank. And then we all drop our knees as we lower down, high plank to low plank. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's baby step our feet up to the top of the mat again, as many steps as you can fit in. Arrive in our forward fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, fingertips rise. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, plant the hands, this time stepping our right foot back, followed by our left, high plank. Dropping the knees down as we lower down. On the exhale, inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, either stepping or jumping, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale for your halfway left. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, fingertips rise. Exhale, we fold. Moving through our sun salutation. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, plant the hands, either step or jump, high plank to low plank through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely. Gaze to the top of the mat. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale it all out, we step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. When we rise, we find chair pose, dropping your hips down. Grounding down through all four corners of your feet, either toes coming to touch and knees touching, or taking a wider stance, making sure you're nicely stacked. Knees on top of your ankles. Holding here, tucking the tailbone under, pelvis rises, so we're engaging through the core. Taking a breath. And exhale, 2 more breaths, inhale. And exhale. Final breath, inhale. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, plant your hands down, step or jump, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg steps forward, find right side warrior one. So inhaling as you rise, turning that back foot out to about a 45-degree angle. And then we sink in as we exhale into this posture. Shoulders and hips are facing forwards. And we're trying to turn our baby fingers in towards each other to wrap our upper arm bones in. Lovely, holding here. Inhale and exhale. Final breath, inhale. And exhale to release and take your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time your left leg steps forward. Left side warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you arrive. Really nice. Holding here. Starting to feel the heat rising in the body now as we warm up through the full body, through all of our muscles. We really start to activate our core as we move through our flows. One more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale to release. Push. Take your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Lovely. When you arrive in your downward facing dog, find your three-legged dog. So take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Enjoy a little bend through the knee here as you draw your right heel in towards the left bum cheek, opening out through the hips, trying to stay square in the shoulders. Lovely. Have a little play around with any movement. And then we'll bring our hips back to square. Rolling forwards, we're going to tap our right knee to our right elbow. Inhale to roll back. Straightening the leg as you arrive. Inhale, roll forwards, tap knee to nose. And reach back. And then knee to left elbow, take a tap. And then kick back. Lovely, release that leg down. Take it to the other side, left leg lifts up. Taking a bend through the knee, opening up through the left hip. Enjoy that little stretch. Shoulders start to be firing up now. Then we square our hips off and then roll forwards. Left knee taps the left elbow and then kick back, straight leg. Left knee taps to nose. Kick back, straight leg. And then left knee taps to right elbow. And we kick back. Lovely. Releasing down. Take a paddle through the feet. We're going to take 2 plank rolls here. So inhale up onto the balls of your feet. Roll forwards. Find your plank. Exhale. Push back, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, push back. Lovely. Okay, right leg lifts up to the ceiling as we step through. Find our right side low lunge to drop the left knee back down. Plant the left hand as you untuck the back toes, easy twist. Right hand reaches up to the ceiling. Lovely. Release it down. Tuck the toes under as you lift up. Take a breath in. Open to your warrior one. And then to your warrior two on the right side. Lovely. Extended side angle, right forearm comes to right thigh. Left hand reaches up and over. A breath in, and then exhale. Reverse your warrior. Left hand can come down the back left leg, or you can take a little bind. Try and find the top of your right thigh. Staying bent in the front knee. Rolling back through. Find your extended side angle. A breath in. And then exhale back. Lovely. Rotating your arms back down. We find our easy twist again, drop the back knee, or you can keep it raised up if you would like to. Plant your left hand down. Takes a little elbow tap, so we reach our right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale, tap your elbow down towards the mat. Inhale to reach up. And exhale. Back. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to tap. Lovely. Plant both hands back down on the mat. Step your right foot back. Options, take a full flow or keep this right leg lifted. We flow down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Little pedal if you need. Then let's take that flow onto the other side. So left leg lifts up, opening up through the hip if you'd like. And then stepping the left foot through, we find our low lunge. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, easy twist, left leg, hand reaches up. And then exhale, release it down. Tuck your toes under, lift up to find your warrior one. Exhale to your warrior two. Lovely, a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to come back to center. And then we reverse our warrior on the exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Lovely. Reverse. Windmilling your arms back down. Reframe the foot. Option to drop the knee or keep it lifted. And we take those little elbow taps. So inhale to reach your fingertips up. Exhale, tap elbow down towards the mat. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to tap down. One more. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to tap down. Lovely. Framing the foot. We take our flow. Option for your left leg to stay lifted as you move through. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Really nice. Take a few moments here in your downward facing dog or finding child's pose. Grab a drink if you need to, or a sock removal. And then when we are ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog again. Okay. Lovely. Taking your right foot up towards the ceiling, we'll step it through to find your right side warrior one. Inhale to rise up, and then exhale to your warrior two. Find your extended side angle on the right side, so right forearm comes to right thigh, reaching up and over. Lovely. A breath in as you come back to center, and then exhale, find your reverse warrior. And then as you windmill your arms back, you're going to turn your hips to face the front to find your arrow pose. So inhale to reach your arms forwards. And then exhale, we're going to come back to our high lunge. Cactus your arms out. Inhale to reach forward to arrow. Exhale to reach back. Inhale forwards. Final one. Exhale back. Lovely. And then inhale, we're going to frame our foot, and then we're going to take our left leg back up behind us, finding our standing splits. Trying to square your hips off towards the mat. Lovely. And then from here, taking a breath in, exhale, you're going to tap your knee to the back of your right knee. Inhale to reach long. Exhale, tap left knee to the back of your right knee. Inhale to reach long. One more. Take the tap. And then reaching long. Lovely. This is where your balance and stability comes in. We're going to lift up. Cross your left leg over your right to find eagle bind. Then right arm comes underneath your left. Finding your eagle. Lovely. Holding here. 3 breaths. Find somewhere to focus your gaze. See if you can sink into it, bending through your right knee. Feel through the wobbles. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. See if you can reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, opening out through your shoulder blades. Final breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release the arm bind. Take your fingertips up to the ceiling, and then stepping back, seeing if you can find your warrior one. Lovely. And then releasing down, we'll take a flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale for your downward facing dog. A little pedal through the feet. Nice. Let's go on the other side. Left leg steps forward. Inhale to rise to warrior one. Exhale to open to warrior two. Find your extended side angle. Take a breath in, return to center. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Lovely. As you inhale, coming back, swooping your arms through to find your arrow pose. It's like a high lunge, so we've got our toes tucked under. Then inhale, come back. Exhale to cactus your arms. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale to cactus. Inhale to reach forwards. Exhale to cactus. Lovely. Plant your hands down. Right leg lifts up this time, standing splits. And then we take these little knee taps. So right knee comes to tap behind the left. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale to tap. Inhale to reach tall. Final one. Take the tap. We reach tall. And then drawing on that stability, really ground down through the left foot. We start to rise and transition to our eagle pose. So right leg comes over the left, finding that little twisty bind. Left hand arm comes underneath the right, and fingertips start to reach up to the ceiling. Draw in through the core, breathing here, 4 breaths. Find somewhere to focus the gaze, feel through the wobbles, and stay with your breath. Final breath, inhale. Exhale, release the hands, fingertips reach up, step back to find your warrior one. Breathe here, and then exhale, release to your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really nice. Take a little paddle through the feet. And then step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Lovely. We rise up, find your extended mountain pose. And then release your hands to your heart center. Take a little wiggle and a reset where you need. Really nice. And then you're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest, engage through the core, really activating here and through our hip flexors to help with this lift. Crown of the head is tall. Hands can either come into heart center or to your hips. And we'll start to transition into either our airplane pose or our warrior three. So we're kicking our right leg back behind us, feeling through the wobbles on our left leg and trying to draw your right hip down to the mat. Hands can extend out in front of you if you'd like, or stay with your hips. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, step back, warrior one as you lift. Exhale to warrior two. Then turning your feet to face the wide part of your mat, we'll take a wide leg forward fold. Something we have really earned here. Done lots of hard work, so really releasing down into this wide leg forward fold. Perhaps a little sway. You might like to find a twist, planting your right hand down. Inhale to lift your left. Exhale to release. Take it to the other side, left hand plants, right hand lifts. Lovely. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Walk your fingertips over to the left hand side. Toes can start to face 12 o'clock to the top of the mat. And then just step your foot forwards. Take a forward fold at the top of your mat. Little wiggle out. Lovely. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, release, hands through heart center. Let's take it to the other side. Left leg lifts in towards your center line. Really grounding down through the right foot. And then we start to transition to find our warrior three. Kicking the left leg back behind us. Feel through the wobbles. Draw the left hip down this side, time. And we're really aiming not to collapse through our back and come down. We're trying to lift the body, crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. And if you can't find a straight line on your back body, allow the leg to come down rather than the body. So we're really activating through the core and through the back core. So this is where our stability really comes from, where we protect our spine, not just building these abs. One more breath here. And then exhale, step back, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Turn your feet to face the wide part of your mat. And then take a wide leg, forward fold. Lovely view. Do whatever you need to do here. Nod and shake the head. Perhaps walk your hands back behind you to deepen the stretch into your hamstrings. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, release out. Start to walk your hands to frame your right foot. Lovely. Plant your hands down. Step back to find your high plank. And then we'll lower down all together, high plank down to our mat. So drawing our elbows in to the side of your body. We lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Belly to the mat. Lovely. Take your fingertips just a little bit wider than the mat. Elbows come up and take some little rolls. Inhale to come up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. And then exhale. Coming down. Lovely. Come onto your forearms. You're going to lift up to find your Sphinx pose. Draw your shoulder blades back and down the spine and really imagine you're pulling your elbows into the body. So we're stretching out through our lower back and strengthening the muscles alongside our spine. Lovely. Stretching, holding here. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Release down. Take your hands back alongside your body, palms facing down. And then as you inhale, we find locust pose. So squeeze the back body together. Big toes come to touch. Shoulder blades squeeze in. Glutes squeeze together. We hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. One more time. Inhale to lift up. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Lovely. Take your hands either side of your shoulders. Lift up. We're going to push back to come to our seated position. Then take your right hand to the back corner of your mat, so it's just behind the body. Left hand is going to come to touch it as you inhale. Going to lift up and open up through the chest. Exhale to return back. So it's a little twist through the lower back. Inhale to reach up. Open the shoulder. Exhale to come back. One more time. Inhale to reach up. Really open through the chest. And then exhale to come back. Lovely. Take it to the other side. So left fingertips come just back behind your left bum cheek. Right fingertips roll back behind you. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale to come back. And again, inhale tall. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale tall. And then exhale, come back. Lovely. Coming back to your all fours, we're going to make our way to sit on our bottom. So option here for you is take some little bear crawls, tucking your toes underneath. Tiny little steps. Your right hand comes forward as your left knee. And then to the other side, little tiny bear crawls. Really activating through the core. Lovely. We lower down. And as gracefully as you like, we come to sit on our bottoms. Lovely. And I'll find our boat pose. So really finding your sit bones, crown of the head grows nice and tall, Hands come out in front of you and we're lifting up through the chest as we engage through the core. Toes can start to rise up and we find our boat pose. I'm on a funny bit of carpet here. Lovely, holding here and just breathing. We've got 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, grow strong. 1 more. Inhale and then exhale, release, hug your knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Grow tall through the spine. Lovely. And then we come back to find our boat pose again. Fingertips reach long, toes point out. This time we're going to take 10 little taps. We'll start with the right toes. Tap for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Let's lower down all together. Come to lie on our backs. I am shaking. Nice. Okay, some little flutter kicks now. So hands are going to plant down alongside the body. I'm going to lift your legs up. Now the lower you go, the more it'll activate through your core. So if you're not feeling it today, keep your feet nice and high. Really press the lower back, your spine to the mat. That will activate through the core. So we'll start to lower down and we're going to take some little flutters for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Hug and give yourself a really big squeeze. Nice. We're going to do that one more time. So legs rise up. Start to lower down to where you feel comfortable. And then we flutter for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Hug in. Okay, one more ab exercise. We take our ab twists. So bending through the knees. Take your fingertips to your temples. And we tap our right elbow to our left knee to start. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Hug it in. Really nice. Release down. We're going to find our bridge pose. So as you inhale, press your hips up to the ceiling. Really squeeze your glutes together. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. This time as you lift up. On your inhale, perhaps you walk your upper arm bones underneath you, finding a bit of extra lift. Really squeeze through the glutes. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Hug your knees in. Lovely. Keep your right knee hugged in. Allow the left leg to reach long. And just enjoy this really nice squeeze, stretching through your hip flexors here and your hamstrings and your glutes. Perhaps finding a little wiggle. Lovely. And then plant this right foot down. You're going to lift yourself up to a seated position. And then take your right foot over the left. Hug in your right knee with your left elbow. Right hand comes back behind you. We find a twist. Now, option to keep this hug, or you can take the outside of your left arm to the outside of your right knee. Lift the crown of the head nice and tall to enjoy this twist. Keep your left foot flexed, toes lifted. Lovely. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Release. Take your right foot to the inside of your left leg this time. We take a seated forward fold here. Keep your left foot flexed. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale to fold over. 2 more breaths. With each exhale, seeing if you can allow yourself to release out. Okay, really nice. Starting to walk your fingertips back. Release your legs long. And then we lower down to the mat together for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Hug your left knee in. Really nice squeeze, maybe a little wiggle. Massaging out the hip flexors. Lovely. Then planting the left foot down. And we start to press ourselves up. Take the twist on the other side. So left foot comes over the right leg. Grow tall. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we'll start to twist over that left leg. Crown of the head is tall as we twist. Options, take elbow to the outside. 2 more breaths. Lovely. And then coming back, take your foot to the inside of the right leg. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to fold. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming back up. We're going to find our fish pose. So setting ourselves up. As we lower, we're going to find our forearms underneath our backs. So we tuck our hands underneath our coccyx. Start to lower onto our elbows. And then as you arrive, really squeezing your shoulder blades together to press your chest up to the ceiling. And then you can point your toes. Gaze can stay with your toes, but the aim here is to really lift through the chest. Option then is to start dropping your head back if it feels comfortable for your neck, and gaze can follow. But remembering to really push up through the chest, finding space in your heart and your chest. Lovely, holding here, breathing. If you're really feeling spicy, you can press into your lower back to start to lift your feet. But only if you're feeling spicy. Holding one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, releasing out. Release your elbows down to the side. We've worked a lot through our core. So as an inversion today, we'll take a look at our shoulder stand. So option, if you have a block or a hefty book or a blanket or a cushion, instead you can find your supported inversion here by just popping it underneath your lower back and then taking your legs up to the ceiling. This might just be enough. It gives you that feeling of weightlessness and still engages through the core like we've been working really hard on today. Second option is to find your full shoulder stand. And if you're doing that, squidge into the middle. You're going to take your hands to your lower back. Legs will lift. They'll kick up back behind you as you start to rise up. And then walking your hands up your back as you lift your legs tall. Really squeeze through the center line and engage your core to help you lift here. Keeping your feet flexed will help. And then allowing space between your chin and your chest. Imagine there's a tennis ball there. Really squeezing so you're super activated. All your muscles are firing up as you enjoy this sense of weightlessness. Trying to keep your head nice and still. No movement here. 2 more breaths. See if you can lift your feet higher. Squeezing your bum cheeks together. And then option is to take your feet back behind you to find plow pose. Lowering nice and carefully. Maybe your feet touch the mat behind you. Hands stay supported of your lower back. Breathing here. Final 2 breaths wherever you are. And then starting to make your way out the way you came in from whichever pose it may be. Lowering yourself nice and gently, with care, with ease. And then squeezing your knees in. Final big hug. Lovely. Let's find a nice supine twist to start to finish off our practice. So allowing your right leg to draw long, we hug our left knee in and then take it over to the right hand side. As you do so, shift your hips underneath you so that's nicely stacked. And then left hand can reach out long if you have space into a T shape or into a cactus if you don't. Gaze comes over to the left. And allow breathing to start to slow down. Taking deep breaths in and out through the body. In through the nose and out through the nose. With each exhale, seeing if you can soften down into this posture. Melting down into your mat. Two more breaths here. Final breath. And then we start to come gently back to center. Hug our knees in, a nice squeeze. And then keeping the right knee hugged in, left leg can go long. We start to take a twist over to the left hand side. So again, shift your hips underneath you as you roll over, drawing your right knee down, using your left hand to guide you. Right hand reaches long into a T shape or to cactus. And you can begin to close down your eyes now if that feels good, or at least soften your gaze. We've worked really hard on firing up and engaging through our center, through our core, through our back body, stabilizing the spine. This is a space where power comes from any, if you play football, you cycle, you run, your power is drawn from your core. So it's really important to focus and stretch and strengthen it. One more breath here on this side. And then starting to come back to center. One final squeeze in as we inhale. Hug in, bring your forehead to your knees, squeeze it all in really tight. And then as you exhale, release long, finding your Shavasana. So allowing the feet to be about the distance of your mat. Allow your feet to flop out to the sides. Arms coming resting alongside your body, palms facing to the ceiling. Walk your shoulders down the mat slightly so you're releasing them away from your ears, relaxing your shoulders down. Start to feel your body falling heavy into the mat, melting you down. Release your jaw, allowing your lips to part. And then allow the frown to be removed from your brow. Relax any tension in your face. Feel your body melt down into the mat. Remember that this is your time and you can stay here for as long as you like. Lying here softly with your eyes closed down. And you can stay here as long as you like. And this is where I will leave you. And thank you very much for practicing with me today. And I very much look forward to seeing you all back in class. I hope you have a lovely evening or day whenever you are taking this. Namaste.